guys, it's Cheyenne with Soft Crochet Times, and today we're going to learn how to do a granny square in 2 different ways. Granny squares are super simple, they're really easy to put together, they're really good for things like blankets or loveys or lap blankets, and they work up very, very quickly. So we're going to be using Walmart brand Maystays Basic Yarn. It is a number 4 worsted weight, and it is in the color purple. The other supplies that you're going to need is a yarn needle, scissors, and I'm going to be using a 5.5 crochet hook. So we're going to go over how to make these squares. When we're done with this project, make sure that you keep your granny squares, because in a future video I am going to show you how to turn one of them into a really cute baby-friendly lovey, which if you don't know what a lovey is, it is basically a small blanket with a stuffed animal attached in the middle. Kids love them, and I know my daughter will. So that's going to be what we're going to be doing in a future video. So after you follow along today, make sure you keep your square so you won't have to redo it. And with that, let's get started. Alright, so to start, we're going to make a slip knot as always. So wrap the yarn around your finger, make a little loop, and then take the yarn that is still attached to the skein, push it through that loop, and pull the tail. If that was a little fast, I do have other videos that show how to do a slip knot. There we go. So it is attached now. So to start our granny square, we're gonna chain 4. 3, 4. Alright, so now with that chain 4, we're going to put our hook back into the first chain and slip stitch through. So if you can see it, there is now a small hole right there in the middle, and that's where we're going to be working our stitches to start. So to start this now, we're going to crochet by chaining 2, and then we're going to make a double crochet right into the center of that hole. Alright, and for those that don't know, we're going to cover a double crochet. So how you do a double crochet is you yarn over, work into your stitch, yarn over again, pull that through, and then you have 3 loops on your hook. So you're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2, and then yarn over and pull through the second 2. So once again, that's yarn over, go through, yarn over and pull through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2. Now you have 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through the last 2. So with that, we have the chain 2, which I'm not going to count as a stitch in this pattern, and then we have 3 double crochets. So then to work a corner, we're going to go ahead and we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. And then we're going to work another cluster of 3 double crochets into the circle. So 1, 2, and 3. There we go. Alright, and now we're going to chain 2 again to make a second corner. 1, 2. Another group of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now another corner, chain 2, 1 and 2. Alright, and now I bet you can guess what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing another cluster of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so right now we have 4 sides but only 3 corners. We have to chain 2 again, and then we're going to slip stitch into the very first double crochet that we had done. Alright, so now that we've finished the first round, your piece should look something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 corners, and 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. So next we're going to do the second row, and I'll show you how quickly and easily this works out. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to flip our work, and I'm going to slip stitch right into this first corner that's right near where we just finished. So just one slip stitch, and then we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to do a group of 3 double crochets right into that corner. So 1, 2, 3. And now we're going to make another corner. So we have to chain 2, 1 and 2. And then we're going to work 3 double crochets right into that same corner that we just worked the last 3. So 1, 2, and 3. All right. So as you can see, that's going to be the first corner of our second row. But now we have to bridge the gap between this corner and this corner. So we're going to do that by just crocheting 1. We're going to chain 1. All right. Now going into the second corner, we're going to crochet another group of 3. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Alright, now we're going to do another corner, so chain 2, and into that same hole, we're going to work another group of 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, and 3. Alright, now we got to chain the gap again, so chain 1, and now into the next corner, you got it, another group of 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3. And sorry if I keep pulling the project away. This is a brand new skein of yarn, so it's a little tight when I pull from it. So I need that extra room. So now we're going to chain 2 for that corner, and then another group of 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, now we got to bridge the gap again between the next corner. So chain 1, and then 3 double crochets into the next corner. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so now we're going to chain 2 for this last corner. 1, 2, and then 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Alright, now we're going to chain 1 to bridge this gap, and then we're going to slip stitch back into the very first double crochet that we made. There we go. Alright, so there's the second round of our granny square. Okay, so now we're on to round 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our work, and turning it really helps keep your granny square from spiraling, I guess. That is a common problem a lot of people do have with granny squares. So we're going to go ahead and slip stitch right into this first space right next to where we finished. Alright, and now we're going to chain 2, chain 2. Now we're going to do 3 double crochets right into that hole, that chain 1 space that we made in the last round. So 1, 2, oh, 1 second, there we go, 2, and 3. Alright, now we're going to chain 1 to get to the next corner, and then this is a corner, so we're going to do 3 double crochets, a chain 2, and then another 3 double crochets all into this corner space. Alright, so there's my 3 double crochets, my 2 chains, and then 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and 3 double crochet. Alright, now to get to this next space we have to chain 1. Alright, now 3 double crochets into this middle hole right here, the chain 1 space that we made in the last round. There we go, so 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so now we're going to chain 1 again, and we're back at a corner space. So 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, and then chain 2, and then in the same hole we're going to do 1, ooh, 1 second, yarn got away from me, there we go, 1, 2, and 3, chain 1, then 3 more double crochets into the center space, if you can see that, 1, 2, 3, alright, so far that's what half the done granny square looks like. So to finish off this granny square, you're going to just continue the same way that we have been. So this is a corner space, so you're going to chain 1, 3 double crochets, a chain 2 for the corner, and then another 3 double crochets, and then chain 1, work 3, chain 1, do a corner, and then you're going to slip stitch into the first stitch that we finished. So by doing this, you'll be able to make your granny square as big as you want. Just remember for the corner pieces, you have to do 3 double crochet, a chain 2, and then another 3 double crochet. And then for any of the holes in the middle, you just do chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then you just continue on with that as your piece gets bigger. So let's move on to see how we do a solid granny square. Alright, so we finished the first row, so now we're going to go ahead and start the second row. So we're going to slip stitch into this first corner and turn our work just like we did before. And we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to double crochet into that corner 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to chain 2 for the corner, and then in that same corner space we're going to do 3 more double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, alright. So now, unlike the other granny square, which is the traditional granny square, to make the solid granny square, what we're going to do is we're going to double crochet into each of these 3 double crochets that we made before. So there's 1, 2, and 3. There we go. So now we're going to do, in this corner, 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to work 3 more double crochets into that same corner. So there's 1, 2, and 3. And now once again we've reached a side, so we're going to just do 3 double crochets across, 1 per each stitch. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets into the corner, 1, 2, and 3, and then another chain 2, 1, 2, and then 3 more double crochets into that same corner space. 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to double crochet across the side again, 1 in each stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and we're back at the last corner. So 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, 1, and then 2. I can count, I promise. Alright, and then 3. Alright, now we're on our last side, so we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. So now to finish, we are going to slip stitch into the first stitch that we had made. And there is row 2 complete. Alright, so as you can see, we still have the little corner holes. However, other than that, it's a solid granny square. So to go to the third row, we're just going to slip stitch across to the first corner space that's available. Alright, so that took me 3 slip stitches. The last one actually going into the space. And then we're going to chain 2. And then we're going to work a corner just as we had before. So 1, 2, and 3, chain 2, and then 1, 2, and 3, all into that same corner space. And then just as we did before, we're going to double crochet into each of the double crochets from the round before, all the way across. All right. And there we go. So then we've reached another corner. So we're just going to do the same thing we did in this corner. 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. And then to finish up this round, we're just going to keep repeating this, where we double crochet across every stitch on the sides, and then do 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet in the corner. When we get to the end, we're going to slip stitch, and that's how you finish up this round. So in order to continue to grow this, all you do is continue doing it, and it'll grow as you go. So you can do this as big or as small as you want. You can connect them into making blankets, or you can even just make one giant blanket by just doing a big, big granny square. Alright, so that is how you do the solid granny square. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that those tutorials did help. We went over how to do a traditional granny square and how to do a solid granny square. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, and please comment, share, like, and subscribe. If you want to see more future videos like this, crochet tutorials, or anything like that, please let me know. If you have any ideas for a future video, please let me know on that one too. I would love to show you guys anything that you would like to make. So with that, thank you for watching, and keep on stitching.